You know I love telling stories, right? If you've got just a few minutes, I want to tell you one that's close to my heart. Back in the summer of 2001, an Army Reserve officer from Southeast Texas who had just finished putting himself through night law school while working full-time, loaded up his Jeep and moved to Amarillo. He got his first job as a lawyer at the Potter County Attorney's Office and was looking forward to a better climate, wide open spaces, and that big Texas sky. Shortly after he started prosecuting misdemeanor criminals in Potter County, Al-Qaeda attacked America, and the commissioned officer volunteered to fight for our country, joining an active reserve civil affairs battalion in Lubbock. While prosecuting crimes in Potter County and drilling with his unit once a month, the officer saw a television reporter on the local news and mentioned to a colleague that he thought she was cute. One thing led to another, and pretty soon, the officer had been dating that reporter for a year when his unit deployed overseas. He spent 11 months in Iraq with a JAG unit helping to rebuild a justice system in Mosul. The officer worked hard and had some close calls with rockets and mortar fire, but he returned to the United States unscathed. His supervisor, now a colonel for the U.S. Special Operations Command, said the officer rendered remarkable service, demonstrated cool-headed bravery, and unsurpassed professional skill while in the combat zone. Back in Amarillo, the officer returned to his service at the Potter County Attorney's Office, first protecting our most vulnerable children in CPS custody, and then protecting the interest of the taxpayers as the civil division chief. He ended up marrying that young TV reporter, and in the blink of an eye, they were raising 3 rambunctious, rowdy boys. Fast forward through a few years of precious memories, and the officer had been promoted to chief of the criminal division at the Potter County Attorney's Office. With nearly 17 years of experience under his belt, that officer, Lieutenant Wade Overstreet, tossed his hat in the ring for judge of Potter County Court 2. He hit the campaign trail with his wife and 3 sons at his side. A few months into the campaign season, though, his wife, faced with an ultimatum, chose to leave her television job so that she could continue to support her husband. So you may have already guessed by now, but that television reporter is me. Most of you know me as Leanne Overstreet. We became friends each morning in your living room over a cup of coffee and the morning news. So Wade and I decided to keep using my maiden name for my TV career. It seems even members of the local media didn't know that Wade Overstreet is my husband. So right now I'm reintroducing myself to you as Leanne Overstreet. It's time for Potter County voters to decide who will take the bench in Court 2, and because it feels like we're old friends, I want to share with you that my husband, Wade Overstreet, is by far the most experienced candidate in this race. Court 2 hears mostly criminal misdemeanor cases. That's 80% of the docket. And Wade Overstreet is the only candidate with criminal misdemeanor experience. In fact, he is the only candidate who has experience with every type of case that comes before Court 2.
Wade knows the codes, he knows the cases, he knows the precedent, and that's why I think he's going to be an effective judge.
Wade Overstreet is also the epitome of honesty.
Wade is who he is no matter where he is, no matter who he's with. He is a good person all the time, and that's the definition of integrity. That's the definition of character.
And a protector of democracy.
Almost as if his desire to protect its integrity was like protecting the integrity of one of his children.
Several of your Potter County elected officials who know the county and Wade's reputation of upholding justice are sticking out their necks and encouraging you to vote for Wade. I'm proud of my husband and his commitment to Potter County. I believe in him with every ounce of my being. So I'm asking you, please vote in the runoff election and please vote for Wade Overstreet. You know, people are saying that only 1,000 voters will turn out to vote in this runoff. Let's prove them wrong. Wade's opponent has lots of wealthy attorney types behind him, but Wade is one of us. He's down to earth, honest, approachable, and he really cares about Potter County and Amarillo, just like you and me. Early voting goes on from May 14th to 18th, and Election Day is May 22nd. Thanks so much for listening to my story. I'll always miss waking up with you all, and I hope we can stay in touch. You can find more about Wade on Facebook under Wade Overstreet for Judge, or on his website, wadeoverstreetforjudge.com.